Why do I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clamps to glue 2 boards together? Well, let me explain why. First, they're wide boards, part of the reason. So here's the seam of where the 2 boards that we're gluing together, and you can see it's already been glued and a little bit of glue is seeping out. Not as much as I'd like, but there's still plenty. Now, first and most importantly are these bar clamps that squeeze everything together. And frankly, if you can find these old school I-beam bar clamps, buy them. I bought these at an estate sale for less than 20 bucks a piece. Now, I really like the pipe clamps, and they do a great job. The heavier 3/4 inch is certainly going to do a better job than the smaller ones. But these are steel I-beams, and they're actually rated for 700 pounds of pressure each, so 7, 14. So there you go, 2,800 pounds of pressure potentially clamped down on that. So that keeps it together. But you've got 2 boards that sometimes are going to want to do this, or maybe this. Now the this is held down by these boards, so they're not going to go anywhere. These 2 clamps, here and here, have clamped a board to it across the bottom, which is going to keep it from going that way. So that's going to be nice and sturdy. I may have a little work to do to get that off because usually glue drips down onto that board. By the way, this is a tabletop that's going to go outside on her deck for my wife to put her grow plants in. She uses these grow bags, and I'll put a picture here to show you what they look like, but she'd like to have them raised up off the deck. So that's the reason I'm doing that. I'm going to build probably 4 or 5 of these. So that's the why behind this project. So while these plants are keeping it from going this way, you've still got a little bit of wiggle room where it can go up or down. So I've got a clamp here that's screwed down tight to keep those 2 even from shifting just a little bit. And then do the same thing on this end. I have these really nice and tight. They use a little port to go across. So you can see it's nice and square. Now, again, this is outdoor furniture, so it's not like we're building it to within our indoor furniture specs. That's why you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clamps to clamp 2 boards together. And when it comes out, it's going to be nice and sturdy. The bottle, it's not sponsored, is Typon waterproof. That's what I'm using. Again, not sponsored. But it says to clamp for a minimum of 30 minutes and then not to stress it for like 24 hours. When I had my furniture shop, we never clamped under 8 hours, usually 12 hours to 24 hours. It just worked really well for us. It's been 24 hours, actually 26 hours. So let's pull the clamps off and see what we get. All right, we'll take the big ones off first and then take the little ones off. That's just how I do it. Now, I don't pull them all off completely. You want to do a little loosening. That one's really tight. And then just kind of go back like that. I think it creates a little less stress. All right, then we'll take these 2 on the board off. If it's going to do something funky, this will be the clue. But we're leaving this stress and still leaving this little bit on just for extra. Just a good pop took that off. Let's use just a bit of the glue. We'll flip it over. And last but not least, these 2. Well, it's laying flat, so that's a very good sign. Still got a little steam there. And on the bottom, you can see where the glue dripped down a little bit. It's a continuous seam. So there's good glue all the way through there, front to back, nice and flat. It's a winner.